I really love the idea of having a line that has Brendan Tanev and Steven Lorentz on it, and then figuring out who the other wood chipper is going to be, and going. I want to have essentially some iteration of the Islanders' identity line where you're going, God, those guys are just awful to play against.
Yeah.
They're just hitting you all the time, and I don't know.
I bet you all the cup winning teams have someone like that. Like it's Gord, Goodrow, and Coleman, or it's Lundell, Lusterin, and Marchand. It's,
but my other thing with Tanev is that normally those guys get like a little overpaid, and my hope is again that you're targeting someone who wants to be here, who would be going, I'd love to finish my career playing with my brother in Ontario.
Yeah.
That seems appealing to me. And I'm a believer in the brother factor. I think if you are listening to this and you have a brother that you like, some people don't,
Yeah, right.
but you know it. It's like there's no one that you'd rather be around at the end of the day. And so the idea that you're keeping Chris Tanev a little bit happier, you're adding more of the Tanev DNA to the team, you're adding something that I do think is a personality change and just a dude who loves hockey and plays it the right way. To me, he's like very, very high on the target list.
I do like Brandon Tanev.
Yeah.
I was going through Anthony Pachilli is a 3-part series on potential like free agents and stuff on Maple
Should
Leaf
read
Hot
that.
Stove. Yeah, it's well done. There's just not many choices. You know what I mean? It's like Sam Bennett not coming here.
Yeah.
Marchand we ruled out as like maybe coming here.
Tavares.
Marner.
Yeah.
It's the horrifying thing is the amount of cap space and a horned up new general manager with way more responsibility that is
Trying to
looking
make up for the loss of Marner
That
walking
is
out.
like trying to fill an enormous amount of holes on your forward core.
Yeah.
It's like that is the horrifying mix here before next
I
offseason.
don't think it's that horrifying, though, from this standpoint. It's like,
Well, you mean the cap spike? Just ask that.
No.
The cap spike thing, it's like I'm thinking of those Milan Lucic, Troy Brower year when the cap went way up and then those guys got insanely overpaid. That's what like I'm very terrified of at this very moment.
I think that's going to happen.
Yeah.
So the fact that there's not a lot of free agents out there is also, to me, a little bit of you're probably not going to end up doing something too stupid long term. It's just, there's nobody that I think you're doing that with. Like,
Well,
you're
there's
doing
one
Mangiapane.
There's one thing.
I do love Mangiapane.
Nick Ehlers.
Well, no, that's, no.
Nick Ehlers is going to
He
make.
fit right in. He would be the most perfect Leaf
Yeah,
ever.
you
like-
love Nick Ehlers. Like,
Yeah.
there's like a faction of people that love, it's like,
Hold on, I haven't even said I want him.
oh, you
wow,
didn't buy it.
Did you not just imply that?
No. I'm saying this is. You said there's not a guy out there that they could overpay with this cap space. That would be
yeah.
dangerous.
Yeah,
and there
I
is
was going to
one.
say, well, Brock Besser's the other one.
Brock Besser's a great
Yeah,
example.
those are the two guys that I look at. If the Leafs signed, I would not
Yeah.
be thrilled. And it's not because I don't think that either of them could be good contributors and good regular season players. I would just be looking at it going, ooh,
Yeah.
that's not the skill sets that I think you need on this team.
You know what Nick Ehlers is for me? Nick Ehlers is if you've gone to Eaton Center and you're shopping and you
Yes.
need a shirt
I
because
love
you're going
this.
to a party
Yeah.
and you're like, I got to get something. All my stuff is whatever we're moving. It's all, I have to leave here with a shirt.
There was a shirt that looks so great, but it's a size too small, and you tried
This
it
is
on and it didn't work.
And you're like,
"Ugh."
okay, I've been here for 3 hours. I got to get going. I'm late. I need something.
It's
And-
expensive.
And you're
Must
like,
be nice.
maybe it's not as small as it felt when I tried it on. Maybe it's going to work. And you talk yourself into it. And then you get to the party and you peel the shirt on. You're like, God, I hate this shirt.
Or you-
so uncomfortable in this shirt.
Or you bought it because it was really expensive, and so you're like,
It must be good.
it must be good. And then you're
high
wearing
end.
it and you're like, it fits me poorly and I look stupid and it's not my look.
You guys are big shopping at Dan Flashes.
It's a very complicated pattern. You know, I can sit there and talk myself into Ehlers. You know, I don't want Brandon Tanev. You need more talent. You need to score. You need to be faster. You're slow. Hey, Ehlers is a guy that actually he fought a couple of times, and
Joe
his
Thornton.
playoff numbers were better this year. I can get there where I'm like, the shirt fits okay, and it's expensive, and it is a complicated pattern. I'm gonna do it.
It's a really complicated matter.
So I can talk myself into Ehlers. I know
hard
it's not.
no.
I
Hard
know
no.
it's not the right fit.
Can I just say the one counter?
Sure.
This is the easiest one. So if you told me, like, you're bringing back the team,
Yeah.
but Marner's gone and they brought in Ehlers.
Fixed it.
Yeah.
But if he makes 8.5 and you spend more, you know.
Yeah, but I guess that's my question. Is like, where does the rest of the money go? And there's just not. To me, it's like I like the local guys coming in here for cheap and looking at this offseason more as can you get dudes on not. So Domi, the first year was a great contract. They got Max Domi. It was a 1-year deal and
$3 million.
$3 million bucks. It was a prove-it deal. He played great. The mistake was that
4 years.
the next year they went, hey, even though no one's ever wanted you for more than a year,
that was-
here's 4 and
Almost $4 million.
yeah, that was the mistake.
Good in the playoffs, though.
I like those kind of deals, thinking like, if Mangiapane, a Toronto kid, is sitting there, I'm not a huge fan. I liked him actually more in Calgary than I liked it anyway.
Yeah.
There's something there though, right? And there's a bit of bite to his game. He can finish. I'm into Mangiapane.
Yeah.
My hope is again that, and maybe I'm being way too pipe dreamy with this stuff, but I'm going, all right, come to Toronto and you play for a 1-year deal. Can you up the value? Can you be in the center of the eye?
Goes up.
Can you see if you actually love playing for your hometown? Maybe it goes, like, that's the thing with these Toronto guys, is that there's a scenario, right, where things go really well, and you get that year 1 of Domi where people love you. Domi was bad for a lot of the season. Then Marner got hurt, and he had a good stretch, and by the end of it, people were like, this is the
You
kind of
have
guy
to-
that
you
we
have
have.
to sign him.
We love you. We'll build idols for you.
Yeah.
And I view a guy like Mangiapane like that. It's like, yeah, man, get the Woodbridge boys going, fired up for you. Like, that's
Yeah.
Well, yeah,
He's kind of like small
Very-
Justin Williams to me.
Yeah,
Like he's kind of, he's not big, he's not strong, but he's smart.
I guess I'm
Finish.
not
Very
winners.
popular
I'm at the discount rack
Woodbridge.
looking at things and going,
Mind your pun.
this used to be really nice. Like, this was a good brand. Ooh, like,
Winners. That's where I
Calvin
buy all my
Klein.
clothes.
It's not the perfect fit.
Like
but
me
it-
seeing Banana Republic in Costco
yes,
the other day.
it's like you see those. It's like this used to be a little bit hotter.
Yeah.
I'm a couple seasons late maybe on it,
Yeah.
but maybe I'm pulling it off. Maybe I put the shirt over top of it. The look is good.
I can see it. I
Yeah.
can see it. So the one thing, and I'm going to lump in 2 of our questions. I mentioned that I think the trades kind of have to happen. It killed me the other day as someone who wants the Islanders to do well to see Noah Dobson's name. Being Elliot Friedman had him rumored to be whatever. This relates to your Brandon Carlo thing, where Dobson is a guy who's had 70 points in the league as a right shot defenseman, and he's 24 years old. The Leafs need offense from the back end. They need a puck mover. Carlo's been good for them. I actually like Carlo.
Yeah.
But he stylistically is so much more of what they need. Okay, can we put something together where, okay, Carlo goes to the Islanders. I don't know, is it a pick? Is it a prospect? I don't know how you end up making this deal because it would be expensive
Wow.
to get
I
Noah
was gonna say,
Dobson.
I don't know what you have
I
there.
mean, what picks or prospects do you speak of? I mean, Topi Niemela just went and signed in Sweden, so
So did Roni.
so did Roni. The
Did he
Roni
really?
The
Our 2
Ronies
guys,
and the Ronies and
our
Ronies are
Ronies
gone.
and Topis are gone.
Yeah, they're
They're
gone.
gone.
I don't feel bad about
They're
us
all under
minimizing
Ronies and
them for the
Topis.
past 5 years then.
Yeah, but no,
I just like that's the only way I could see, okay, that's a really meaningful thing to get a guy like that. I recognize they don't have the cash to
No, but
afford
that
that.
obviously
pattern.
That's kind of like one of the more ideal paths that you can
Yeah.
take is finding a way to take a good roster player and upgrade without having to take a massive cap hit. Like that's the only thing I think that you have to avoid in terms of deals that involve star players is having it feel like, oh wait, are we just back to core 4 here, core 3 here? Like we've got, to me, the idea of this is that you're going to be trying to spread the money around a little bit.
Yep.
And even though Marchand, you'd be looking at and saying, well, isn't that $8 million? Isn't that what you're talking about? It's like, yeah, for sure. Like that's
But that's
a
not
chunk.
11.
Exactly. Like it's not going to be the 14 Marner wanted or the 13 Marner wanted. It's like, how are you going to appropriate the other $5 million from that deal for a second guy? And so that's why I'm looking at, like, yes, Marchand is number 1. I think if they strike out on him, frankly, it's hard to see how they put the money together to get to the cap. In some of these, like, all of a sudden you're just saying, screw it, Tavares, just take the money because
or you just are under the cap and you just wait for McDavid.
Like I said to you guys when we have to break
I
there
don't
quickly
think-
there,
I don't
I'd
think
rather them
McDavid
leave a
would do
hole and figure it out later than to try to rush
Same.
something in right now.
Same.
Any Kane interest, Patrick Kane?
like
I don't have any.
a small, like a little
A dash?
Yeah.
dash of it. Like I wouldn't mind seeing Kane get a look with Matt.